And I get asked a lot by people about custom GPTs. Everybody wants to do them. Everybody wants to create their own, but there's a lot of anxiety about creating because it sounds pretty complicated. The good news is it isn't. It really isn't complicated to do. And I'm about to create one this morning. I thought, why not do it as a video that I can release and help other people kind of create their own. Um, I'd encourage everybody who uses GPT in any way to have a look at the GPT store, see if there's already a GPT that's out there. But I would always advise everyone to kind of create their own if you're using it a lot, because you can train it on your own information, your own data, your own products, your own business, your services, your background, who you are, how you write, all of those amazing things. The more confident you get with it, the more interesting things you can do with it, and the better the outputs. A lot of the problems I see with people creating ChatGPT outputs is that you're trying to do a lot with a very small prompt. And if you've already trained that platform on some of the things, then it makes that job a lot easier and you get some much better, significantly better outputs. So here we go. On the left-hand side, you can see I've got some custom GPTs that I've already previously built or I've added. So this creative writing one's just one from the GPT store. These are my own GPTs. And to get to this GPT store, you just need to click Explore GPTs over here. Just so you're aware, you will see some slight variations from what you see to what I see, because I have superpower GPT Chrome extension, which I will drop the link in the comments if you're interested to use that. It's a really good free Chrome extension that just makes your ChatGPT interface much nicer to use. Lots and lots of benefits from that I'll not get into on this conversation. So you've then got two options. You've got my GPTs up here, which lets you see the ones that you've already created, or you can create a new GPT. So I'm just going to click create a GPT, and it guides you through everything, right? Like, it's not complicated. If you can speak English, you're onto a winner. You can use it. The more you know what you want, the better. So I've already started writing a prompt when I realized that actually this would be better as a GPT. So what I want is a GPT that can give me advice on how to help my clients who have camera anxiety about getting on video. How do I help support them and take away the anxiety, remove their propensity towards filler words and ledgers and things like that? And how do I coach them into being better video clients? So that's where I'm going to start with. So act as a professional coach who supports B2B business owners with being confident on camera for recording video for social media. You've decades of experience, have worked with some of the biggest brands in the world. So it's a starting point, right? Like, it doesn't need to be perfect. You create building blocks. You come in here and edit the GPT at any time. And what you see now is it's gone away and updated, and it's a machine learning model. So it'll go away and do that. And then it'll tell you what else it needs to do. And it comes up with a name, Coach Lens. Awful. I get why it's wanting to call it that. Let's just call it Video Coach. And then it'll use Dali to generate a profile picture so you can spot it more easily in your menu. Takes a little while for that to happen. Here we go. Generally, I'll just accept these because, well, there you go. That's quite nice. Yeah, no, that's fine. Cool. And it's just like you're having a conversation with GPT, right? Like, it's just very, very simple. When explaining psychological, use analogies, stories, or both. Both, please. Yeah, that's fine. Again, the majority of the time sat building a GPT is waiting for it to update the model, right, as you give it different instructions. Would you like to add any specific psychological concepts or camera techniques that should be emphasized in the coaching? No, because I don't know any. Give it a bit more information about the potential candidates. Okay, so I've added a couple more bits and pieces to it. And generally at this point, what I'd suggest is you just drop into this right-hand side, which is your preview pane, and give it a try. So it's just completely made up. Let's see if it does the job, because this is primarily one of the main important things that I want to ask it about. I mean, yeah, you could just ask a normal GPT this. How that's fun when it does things like that. Of course, it does that when I'm on it. Let's try again. Right. Psychological reassurance, focus on value, positive reinforcement. Brilliant. Like, that's the sort of advice that I could send out to my clients ahead of time. Brilliant. Like, that's exactly what we wanted to achieve, right? So I would say that is a pretty good starting point. And as I start to use it, then we'll figure out the rest of it. Now, a lot of the time when I build these out, we also want to add some other information in the back end. So it's important to have a look in here, in this configure part, and make sure this is all right. So a lot of this stuff, it will generate automatically as it goes. The important bit in here is whether you want to have these pieces engaged, capabilities. And I'd argue if you're going to be putting any sort of Excel files, CSV files in to help with the knowledge base, you need code interpreter enabled. I would always enable the Dali image generation just because sometimes it's useful. And the web browsing, I would say, why not? Why wouldn't you want to use that? So I'd always have all of these ticked. Upload files, that's where you can add extra files in. Now, if you upload files in here, that is the same as, go back to this interface, using this little paper clip and attaching files in here. So you can have up to 10 files for each GPT. After that, it'll let you upload them, but it won't take any notice of them. So that's important to remember. Try and condense multiple PDFs into one where possible. But don't just upload them. So if you are going to use that, ask it to analyze the information inside those files as soon as you've uploaded it. That's really important step that everybody misses. So make sure that you upload the files in a way that it understands. There's various file types that are enabled that allow you to upload it. CSVs, PDFs, PowerPoints, Word documents, all like most of the common stuff. But then ask it to analyze that information and blend that into what you've already told it. And then when you're finished, you just need to click create, and then choose whether you only want it to be accessible to you, whether you want anyone with the link, or you can apply to have it published to the GPT store, but I'm not going to do that. And then just try it, see what the outputs are, see how you get on with it. And if it's useful, use it. If it's not, figure out why not, and then make sure you add in some extra instructions to get it where you want it to be. The beauty of this now is every time you click on that GPT in the left-hand side, you're starting from a much more advanced start point. So you want to get this to a base point that's useful across a wide range of the potential use cases. Just keep improving on it. If you want any advice, give me a shout. Happy to help.